Alright, what's up, everybody? Midweek recap. Recording this one from the laptop this time, not on my desk like usual. Yeah, good stuff to cover so far. Right away, we'll start with our first pair, Euro Pound. We're looking for this inducement to get taken to come into this higher time frame demand. What did we want to see? Basically, our first tap on the intraday chart, 15-minute, get swept, show bullish strength where order flow realigns, and then basically pull back into demand, break supply, and repeated doing that. So if we take a look, basically we've developed that. We had it happen here first. Basically, happens often where this is like the early buyer trap, right? This is like often known as a smart money trap. This is the first tap, gets swept with the off route. This is just to gather liquidity, as you can see. Well, up in here now, the real move happens here where this is our first tap, this low, runs that, order flow realigns, and now you can see the sweep of these equals, and we start to build this demand chain. We break this high, pull back. You can see this is probably news. Yes, news from this morning, where we're taking all the liquidity. You can see where price really, the intentions are. Nothing clean to have taken anything. No trades are available, but nonetheless, we're getting. I guess let's start to the next leg. Next would be CAD Chief. This pair was absolutely beautiful. If you take a look at Sunday's video, this was mapped out to the T with a great opportunity from this morning. I'll dissect that right now with you guys. So what I said what to wait for was these highs, these equal highs to get swept. Okay, let's change this color up to red. Alright, perfect. Want to wait for these equal highs to get swept and then wait for our bearish shift, right? So where does order flow realign? At this low. Okay, you can see this huge sweep, right? Clear intent of where the market wants to go. Okay, this is the extreme supply. Order flow realigns. After that happens, what did I say we want to happen? We're making this red again. Okay, what did I say we want to see? We want to see equal highs form for the pullback into the supply. We have liquidity here. Well, I don't know if I said equal highs, but I said we want to see liquidity formed. In this case, we have it in equal highs. And then after mitigation, we want to see some form of structure break. This structure break, in this case the low, because we're looking for the shorts, is basically where it's a confirmation break where it shows that the supply wants to hold and bearish price action has kicked back into the market. Now, quick little tip here is this is where the Asia high manipulation happens, right? Into London session. So what happens after the high or low gets ran coming into London or New York session? Typically the opposite side will get targeted, and that's exactly what you see here, which added as a very, very strong confluence to take the sells down into the low of the leg. Now, dissecting into the trade, okay, this is where our order flow kicks back in. What caused the break in this flip zone, which has a little minor sweep of this high. Okay, this is basically the demand that we flipped, but so what do we do here? Very beautiful, very clean. Is as we trail our way up into the 15-minute flip, okay, we build some liquidity on this side. Okay, we have our last point of inducement here. What do we do when we come into the last point of inducement, right? The extreme refinement of our point of interest is we wait for that first tap with a good reaction to get swept. Okay, here's our first tap, nice reaction. This gets swept, and then we enter on the closure of the next engulfing candlestick. We wait patiently. Okay, no, here we go. Execution happens right there on the closure. Stop loss at the high of the supply. You can put it a bit above to cover for pips depending on your broker. Where you can see how price completely just rips to this. I always like to say how it's just a magnet. Liquidity is always a magnet for price. You always want to see liquidity in both sides of the trade that you're looking to take, right? Because for every buyer you need a seller and vice versa. Now this thing absolutely ripped and melted, and just very clean price action from what we wanted to see. This is where I would be of taking the heavy partials. Why? Because this inducement could also act as liquidity for this demand, which is there, until we look to take out this, in theory, weak low. Now that's what's happened here. We can see a nice reaction. This could just be coming to mitigate the supply and continue down. This is looking like it's going to continue melting. So if anyone has ever gotten into this trade, good for you. Next up, analysis basically completely disrespected. Okay, right, look on the 15-minute, not really any single realignment that we need to look for and so on. It was just very choppy, very shit price action, to be honest. Didn't consider trading this at all. Gold, not too bad. Okay, we're looking for the longs in here or in here, but this got violated first, so we wait for the longs here. Now, like the time of day when all this happened, we did get a nice reaction from this demand. Nothing sufficient enough where we were looking to put in a new high basically. So price just dumped, and you can see all this 15-minute liquidity here. So that's also why you can see it, why it dumped with such volume, right? Because it's a magnet, completely just is attracted to the liquid areas. What's going on with it as of now? Okay, we're seeing some bullish order flow kick back into the market. Still not clean price action, nothing worth trading off of really. I can look into this real quick though, but I still don't think there was any opportunity there. It looks very aggressive to have caught anything, which it was. So yeah, gold's been wild these days, but bullish definitely for now. So looking just to capitalize on longs. Anyways, we're getting a little bit carried away. Now, next pair, AUD, CAD. Alright. Looking for buys, right? Just like I said, honestly, these analysis were fucking on point from Sunday, but nothing, just like a lot of the other pairs, nothing ever set up where we could capitalize on it. We're looking just to take some longs into the supply, where I said we want to see how the M15 bearish order flow kicks in. Ideally looking for this high to get swept, wait for order flow to realign again, and then capitalize on the sells. But still a bit premature to take any shorts in my opinion. Just like how I have this written here, or drawn out. Aussie dollar. Looking for the buys in here into the supply, and then look for the shorts. Didn't get that retracement into it. It's completely fine. Same deal. Very terrible price action to work with as well. So this is how this pair's looking right now. I do believe we can still get a kick up into here to take this out, because there's also really no inducement or liquidity for this leg as of now. Maybe things can change, but if we do come to take this out, just wait for intraday to show its hand again. wait for liquidity to build and show that it wants to go down lower, right? Opa. What's going on here? USD CAD working its way up. Looking for the sells in here, waiting for 15-minute to set up, and I believe it will set up nicely to take the sells, honestly. And like I said, magnets. Whenever, it might not happen in here, but when this goes, I think it's gonna go. This is very liquid region, so basically here on the 15-minute, what I would look for, right? You can see, before I get into that, is just look at how extremely bullish this is. This is again probably news. Waiting for something like this, okay, where we take this inducement, wait for our first tap to get swept, order flow realigns, build liquidity for the supply above, especially if it's the extreme supply, okay. If we happen to be counter order flow in the pullback, which most likely we will, wait for order flow to realign once again, wait for a low to go, well, the low that put in the high, right, not just any low, and then look for some pro order flow lower time frame entries. Basically something like this would be very ideal. All right, liquidity into the supply, shift, retracement, 1 minute execution. I believe that's it. Yeah, no other pairs. That's just been the midweek recap. We still got tomorrow and Friday, but Friday is NFP, so that's probably going to be right off. We check news for tomorrow, Thursday. Got some CAD news, dollar news. It's probably wild, but yeah, anyways, not bad. Compare if you want for yourself from Sunday's video and this one. We read this shit well. Anyways, yeah, that's it. Before I start rambling off into something else, I'll see you guys for the end of week recap on Friday.